like to remind you that I'm not your financial advisor and this is not financial advice. My YouTube channel is for entertainment purposes only and to document my journey in the crypto space. I encourage you to pause the video at this time to read the full disclaimer. And now let's get on with the show. Hey guys, welcome back to the Crypto Wave. Quick little update. Obviously, we all know if you're a fan of my channel, you know that I'm a fan of Bankroll. Wanted to give you a quick update because the new credits released. I did put a video out yesterday kind of predicting what may or may not occur. I was on point on some of them, wasn't on point on others. Really what it boiled down to was I originally thought there was going to be fees kind of on the in and out. It makes sense now why there was not a rush to get in, simply because the fees that get taken out don't go to other players like your other typical games that you've played on Ethereum and Tron. What this one actually does, which is still pretty ingenious, and there's been a lot of people, there's been kind of mixed feelings about it that I've been kind of seeing in the community. But in essence, what it did is it takes the credits concept, which we already knew and I talked about, which is your Tron is 1-to-1, meaning whatever credits you have in here, you're going to get that out in Tron over here. So it's not going to have an inflationary or deflationary value to it. Secondly, you do get a drip. So with my 26, well, actually I put in 2,900, but after the fees went down to 2,615, I'm getting almost 5 Tron a day. I'm getting about 0.2 banker a day based on this small amount. My play is just to keep rolling it, rolling it, rolling it. The last credits lasted forever. I'm just going to keep rolling this thing as long as I can. But what it actually does is the fees that get taken out go into the dividend pool down here. So what ends up happening is there's 844,000 Tron as well as 47,000 banker, and that's where this drip comes from right here. This drip comes from that value based on the amount of credits that you're holding in here. Now here's the really clever part, which I think people might be losing sight of simply because there was a promise that the banker value, let's go over to swap here. There was a promise that this banker value was just going to start skyrocketing. Well, as you imagine, there is a lot of people selling. So there's a lot of people that were getting it very, very cheap. With even just a week ago, they're at 2, 2.5, 2.7, 2.8. Well, this thing shot up to almost 5. People were selling and selling and selling, and they still kind of are. The tricky part is you need the buy pressure from credits to outweigh the selling pressure from everybody holding banker right now. That's going to take a little bit of time, in my opinion. But here's the thing, and I used to be, and I don't know if you guys have been following me, but I used to be in another game on the Tron network. It was called TronPrime, and the developer over there had this really genius idea that he would actually create an account that its entire purpose was to buy and hold the native coin. In essence, always raising the ground floor. Now, right now, there are huge people in credits and huge people in Bankroll. And if you want to consider the contract that is buying credits and banker with a percentage that's going into the pot, is still a minnow. I don't know what the value is. I don't know which one it is. Hopefully it's one of these upper ones here, but I doubt it. But every single day, anytime it hits 250 Tron from people buying and selling, which is part of the percentage of dividends that gets pulled out when you deposit, goes to that account, and that account basically buys and holds and holds and holds and holds and does not sell. Eventually, it is going to get stacked up, and as that stack keeps raising, it's going to surpass me in no time. It's getting directly fed from everybody going in and out of it. As that pot continues to grow, eventually it's going to hit a level that it can no longer go down from. I don't know what that level is. I don't follow the numbers as much as other people's very often, but it will eventually hit a number. And this, obviously, as you know, is a contract on. It's a smart contract, so it's not going to change. It is going to buy. It is going to hold, and it will always, at some point, meet the price that this is currently at. Whether this goes all the way down to 2 and that's its current level, and from that point going forward, it will constantly be raising the floor. So the more banker that you have, when that time comes, the better off you are. When that'll happen, I don't know. It's a good question. But For me, it wasn't those instant divs that we're used to. So I think that's where a lot of people are trying to get a little jaded on this. But personally, for me, I was in the last credits until this credits came out. I'll be honest with you, I cleared out my other credits account and put it over here. It's just a no-brainer to me. You clear out the um, old credits because all you're getting is Tron on that one. Now, granted, it was a little bit more than what this is, but I'm getting Banker now too. So in reality, this is kind of a win-win in the fact that you're going to get an automatic drip of Tron as well as an automatic drip of Banker based on these values here. Anybody who sells prematurely and doesn't make their money back raises these values for those that are remaining in here simply because there's a big pot going to less people. So anyway, that is kind of my take on Credits 2.0. I personally am okay with it. I think it's a genius idea. It's also one that you can no longer call this a pyramid, and you can't call it a scam, and you can't call it a hourglass, and all these other different things, because that's just not what it is. In reality, this is just what Bankroll always says. I don't know what he's going to call it, but in essence is a savings account that the community benefits from, and you're getting an interest for having your value in here, just like you do save. If you put your Tron into save, it literally costs you 0 going in and 0 coming out, and all you do is mine Banker. The more you put in, the more Banker you mine. And that Banker obviously is going to be the cash flow of the Bankroll system. There's 21 million Banker that are going to be mined, and it's very easily exchangeable. There's a lot of talk about Volt. I think Volt is going to be more of the gold bar of this system, meaning it's going to be a store of value that you can put into Volt, and it's going to be just that juggernaut. Whereas Bankroll is going to be, or I'm sorry, the Banker token is going to be that high fluid back and forth utilization portion of this, the cash flow, so to speak. So anyways, that is that. Just wanted to do a quick update on, if you guys haven't got in yet, it is obviously not too late. This isn't one of those things that even if you get in today, because those dividends aren't getting fed to all the people above you or below you, it's literally just you playing against yourself. The more you put in, the more you're going to get out, which I think is pretty incredible. You're looking at a long-term deal here. You're talking 6, 7, 8 months down the line for the benefit of this. But as we all know, Bankroll has been around for a while, and I think it's sticking around for a while. So thanks for tuning in, guys. I will put my link below in case you guys feel so inclined to get in. I would appreciate a referral. If not, no biggie. Just get in for yourself and see what this entire intricate bankroll system can do for you. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be making another video, hopefully in the next day or two, talking about Volt and what I think is coming with that, as well as another dapp that actually is doing very, very well, which is the Unipower system that's out there. It's gonna have some dapp rolling out here pretty soon as well. All right, guys, take care. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. If there's anything you guys want me to check out, please drop it in the comments as well. I love the feedback, and let's keep rolling our bank.